and welcome to another Rant video with me, Duke Doom ASMR. In this video I'm going to rant a little bit about Star Wars, but also give you some updates. So I think I will start with the updates, in case you're not Star Wars nerds like I am. So let's start with the updates. As you might have noticed, there have been a lack of new vampire videos on my channel for a while. And the reason is I'm working on a reboot. Not exactly reboot, but I will use some of the characters from my previous vampire videos, but in a new setting, which can be connected to the old videos, but it will be a fresh start for everyone. So and some will be changed a little bit character wise. Some will disappear and some new ones will be introduced. I hope you will like it, because I love doing vampire videos. I started doing vampire videos when I switched to ASMR, so that's something that I really love doing. And I am a vampire, so no, just kidding. Or am I? Alright, and as I told you in a previous update video, there will probably be a little less videos during summer, because I'm trying to be as active as possible, because during the winter, it's more or less dead season out here. So I'm trying to be active without catching too much of a suntan, because vampires can't have a suntan, and it will be harder for me to play the Joker if I'm all red. Alright, I wanted to talk about Star Wars, and I have been thinking a lot, and I just wanted to air my views a little bit. Because I tried to watch The Force Awakens a couple of days ago, I think, and I kind of got to the scene where Kylo Ren stops the laser blast mid-air. No, they introduced Rey first, I think. You see where I'm getting with this. I became so bored, I just turned it off and put on the original trilogy instead. The new sequel trilogy has divided fans, like in the middle. And as far as I can see or read on the internet, there seems to be a lot more fans on my side than on the other side. Because it hit me when I started to watch the old trilogy. Even the prequel trilogy, I'm not bashing on that one. Sure, Jar Jar Binks was a bit silly, but Star Wars is full of silly characters. Maybe not like Jar Jar, who was actually one of the main characters in part 1, but there has always been silly characters, like the Size Noodles band at Jabba's Palace, and I'm talking before the Jedi Rock addition. And the droids who sound like children. Yeah, it's just silly sometimes, So I'm not bashing on the prequel trilogy. I even kind of accept Jar Jar Binks. He's an oddball, but in the prequel trilogy, you have Anakin, which, yes, he has some kind of wooden dialogue sometimes. But you have Ewan McGregor, who is a great actor, and you have like Ian McDermott, and everyone who just you like them, you know. And even if you know what's going to happen to Anakin, it's still an exciting trilogy. And the original trilogy has so much heart and warmth and characters. I think let's start with the characters of the new sequel trilogy. Rey, Finn, I was going to say Finn, and Poe. Rey, Finn, and Poe. Now, Rey, you have heard this a million times. She's Mary Sue, you know. She's just plain boring to watch. I don't bash on Daisy Ridley because I think she's a great actress. But her role is just so boring. She never gets in any trouble or, you know. And Finn and Pin, you know, Poe Dameron, he's like Porkins. He could very well be one of the co-pilots for a real hero and get blown up, and I would be like, oh, well, that's sad for the Resistance. He doesn't give me anything. And Finn, same. He doesn't have any charisma. He's just like a big wooden block of uselessness. You know, never during the Force Awakens or the travesty known as The Last Jedi I felt worried about the characters. When I watched the original trilogy when I was a kid, I was worried about Luke and Han and Leia and Chewie, even the droids, that they would, you know, get shot and blown to smithereens and stuff like that. But these new characters, you know, I wouldn't care if Rey got hacked away with a lightsaber. No, Star Wars ended for me on the forest moon of Endor. The Galactic Empire was defeated. Darth Vader was redeemed. And they went to live happily ever after. After. That's my end to Star Wars. This new trilogy, they have screwed it up. What I wanted, and I think most fans wanted, and I'm not talking just about fans, because it have been so, you know, Kathleen Kennedy and everyone, Ryan Roundhead Johnson, like, this is a new generation, this is for the new viewers. But you know, Star Wars is such a universal brand, so I think even the new viewers know about the original trilogy and the prequels. What would have been smart for Disney would have been to do a final trilogy, if they now wanted to do that, with the original three heroes, Luke, Leia and Han. And I'm talking about originally, because we all know Carrie Fisher passed away, God bless her, and so on and so forth. So we know that it would have been problem for them to do a trilogy, because she passed away, if they hadn't done it back to back, you know. Then they could have used Rey, Finn and Poe in another Star Wars story trilogy. Name it like Star Wars The Legacy of the Jedi or something, you know. And they could have started a new arc in a new saga. But they should have kept this one based upon what we already loved and had, which is Luke, Leia and Han and Chewie, of course. Now, what could they had done? Well, they could have had Luke to have his Jedi Academy. They could... there's so many things they could have done. You know, a Sith rises up in the outer rim and sends his assassin to Luke's school, you know. And yeah, they could have even had Kylo Ren in it, because I kind of like him. I don't know why, he's just a whiny emo, but I don't know, I liked Adam Driver. So they could have had him as Ben Solo. And then, you know, Luke stays at the school and trying to defend the students, while Han, Leia and Kylo goes on this adventure to the Outer Rim and try to find out who the Sith Lord is who is rising up. And it could have been a cool trilogy without any galactic new empire. Because, according to me, they undid everything that was done in the original trilogy. You know, as far as I'm concerned, if you look at the New Order and Snoke and whatever, it would probably have been better if they just let Palpatine rule. Everything they did, all the lives, for nothing, because it just culminated in a new empire, with an even worse Death Star. You know, and the way they have treated these characters, it's beyond me. You know, first of all, Han Solo was a scoundrel, a nerf herder. Nobody was a scoundrel in Part 4, who just did it for the money, and, you know. Then during the original trilogy, he grew into becoming attached to his friends, and he did it because he was a good guy. In The Force Awakens, they threw that away. They made him run away, you know, and start becoming a smuggler again, doesn't care for his wife, Leia, or his son. They just undid everything that made Han Solo such a cool character. Yeah. And then they have him killed by emo Ren, you know. He should have gone out, you know, if he had to die, you know, he could have gone out in a blaze of glory, riding into the command bridge of a Star Destroyer or something. No, they had to just kill him off in the lamest way possible. And I don't want to talk about Luke Skywalker, the man who felt a little bit of good in Darth Vader and almost sacrificed his life and his friends to save him from the dark side. Oh, he wants to kill Kylo Ren, his nephew, in his sleep because he felt darkness. No. Yeah, Ryan Roundhead Johnson, please. There would be someone. I think if Darth Vader saw this, he would send out all the bounty hunters to freeze you, and he would say, I don't care if he dies, just take him away from Star Wars and put him on a planet somewhere. And J.A., he isn't much better. He kind of remade A New Hope in The Force Awakens, except he left out the heart and soul and put 3 totally uninteresting characters in the main role. And I'm not a whiny fanboy. I really am not. Star Wars doesn't mean that much. It is part of my childhood. I love Star Wars. But I'm just sad to see how stupid they are when they decided to make this new sequel trilogy, you know. And even this Rey thing. Now you can't tell me that Daisy Ridley and everyone tried to make it look like Rey was important character with a lineage from like Skywalker or Kenobi or even Palpatine. And then Ryan Roundhead Johnson comes and throws it out the window and says she's nothing. Because that's like pulling the rug under the feet of the moviegoers, because there have been years between The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi when people had the most outrageous theories, you know. You don't do that. You can give them something they didn't expect, but you can't give them something nothing. Same with Snoke. You know, such a wasted potential. And I might have to eat these words after episode 9 comes out. I will watch it. I won't go to the cinemas, never. But I will find a way to watch it. And who knows, perhaps J.J. Jar Abrams fixes everything. Perhaps Rey is a Skywalker and Kylo Ren lied. Perhaps Snoke isn't dead, but he just, I don't know, took another body or something, and he is Darth Plagueis, which would be awesome because it ties the saga together. Now, they killed Luke Skywalker. And if he doesn't come back as a Force ghost, I will be pretty pissed, because the Star Wars saga is about Skywalker. And I know Kylo Ren is still in the game, but I know, he doesn't, he can't hold up a movie. You know, he's not that interesting. Another thing that hit me with The Last Jedi is that it's totally without a cliffhanger. I have I feel no thrill to watch episode 9. It could have ended with this shitty film. You know, because the evil is gone. We have whiny emo Ren. The resistance is kind of like 10 persons. What could happen next? Nothing exciting. Perhaps Rey and Kylo ends up in a fight again, and perhaps probably Rey wins, and then it's at the end. I don't know. But it isn't anything exciting. Everyone I care about is gone, except Chewie and in some way R2-D2 and C-3PO, but you know, they were always like these figures just were around. And the big three is gone. Princess Leia is gone because Carrie Fisher is dead. Luke is dead. Han is dead. Lando is in a retirement home somewhere on Bespin wearing diapers or something, because they obviously forgot he existed. Yeah. Anything else I want to talk about with this new travesty trilogy? There was something I wanted to explore a little bit, but I can't really remember. You know, the movie is so bad that I some details just... Oh, yeah. Something that hit me. I won't point out the plot points, because there are thousands of videos on YouTube pointing out the plot points in that travesty. But something that hit me as so silly, and I just can't... I must blame Ryan Roundhead Johnson. Why do I call him Roundhead? Because there's another YouTuber who, I don't remember what I think comic artist secrets or something. He discovered that Ryan Johnson has a perfectly round head, like a ball. So I thought that was funny, Ryan Roundhead Johnson. And I think he sucks. He shouldn't have even have been close to Star Wars. He say he's a fan, but he's not. and he doesn't listen to the critique. He just, nah, I don't give a shit about what you say, guys. I did my thing, and yeah. Well, why did they have Luke project himself across the galaxy to fight to meet Kylo Ren? He could have, in an epic scene, lifted up his X-Wing and flown out of there. Would have been much cooler, and then had a real fight with Kylo, a lightsaber duel, because he died anyway. So if he thought that, oh, I'm going to project myself across the galaxy so I won't die, that was a bad plan. And I don't think that's the way anyone thought about it. I think just Rian Johnson is a screwhead who can't make movies, and Looper was a joke too, if that's the name of the movie he made before with Bruce Willis. I hated that movie, it was bad. So yeah, what's your thought on the new Star Wars sequel trilogy? Tell me in the description. And if you want more like rant videos with soft spoken like this, tell me also in the comment section. But yeah, for me, somewhere out there, Han and Leia are in bed sleeping right now. Ben Solo is probably talking to Luke, having a meaningful talk about Jedi rules or something, and Lando is probably still in a retirement home wearing diapers, but everyone is happy and there's no new order. Alright guys, I love talking to you, and have a good night, and I will see you in the next video. Oh, and remember, there can't be any light without darkness. Bye.